Hey guys, I've got two really cool spreadsheets that I've created that help model risk, and I wanted to show you how to use them. They've been posted to the site, so I want to walk you through. The first one is called the IAB model, and this is your initial account balance. And what it does is it takes your initial account balance and it asks you to say how much of your account balance you're willing to risk and how much of your account balance you're trying to make for your return. So for example, if you've got a $10,000 account balance and you're willing to risk 1%, well, that means you're willing to lose $100 on a trade. And if you want to try and make 1.5% on that account balance, then that means you're going to try and make $150 per trade. And if you can get a 50% win rate going, then that's going to leave you with a net profit of 50 bucks. This is very useful because I think one of the mistakes people make is they just start trading right away without thinking about their goals and what they're trying to protect. People start out with 10,000 bucks and they just maybe make money right away, they lose money right away, but they haven't really thought about how much they're making or how much they're losing relative to their account. So the fields you can enter here, I've created a lot of different account balances so you can kind of find yours, and there's a lot of different spreadsheets right here that model different percentages. So the first one's 1% loss, 1.5% gain. The second one here is 1.5% gain and a 0.0225%, or sorry, 0.0025% gain and a 0.015% loss. I always try to keep a 1.5 to 1 risk to reward ratio in terms of what you're trying to make versus what you're willing to lose. You can plug in your own numbers though. So say your initial account balance is 10,000 bucks and you're willing to lose 5%. You put in 0.05 and it'll spit back what the loss is. Say you want to make 7% on each trade, and it'll spit back what the gain is. So just something that I think you'll find useful. And then what's nice about this, so it spits back this gain and loss number that we're going to try and aim for on each trade. So now you take this and then you use my second spreadsheet, which is a risk to reward modeling spreadsheet. And this is very interactive and the more useful of the two. And what it does is it takes the principal that you're putting into a trade, it takes the gain you're trying to make, the loss you're trying to limit, keep your losses at, spits back the percentages you need, allows you to type in the current stock price, tells you how many shares you can afford based on that stock price, and tells you what your target share price and target stop loss will be based on the stock price you've typed in. So if we say that we've got from our initial account balance on our $10,000 account, we don't want to lose more than $100 on each trade, and we're going to try and make $150 on each trade. We take these two numbers, our targeted gain and our targeted stop loss, and then we go over to our risk and reward model, and I say, okay, well, on a $5,000 principal, I want to make 150 bucks because that's what I'm trying to make based on my initial account balance, and I don't want to lose more than 100. And the stock price that I'm trading is, let's say we're trading Netflix, which is right around 100 bucks. So I put the current stock price of 100 bucks, and boom, it tells me what I need the stock to do. I need a 3% move higher to make my $150, and I'm going to have a 2% stop loss in order to keep my losses at 100 bucks, and I can afford 50 shares based on my principal, and now my target share price is 103, my stop loss is 98. So if I'm using a bracket order, I'll type in $3 for the target and $2 for the stop loss. Obviously, if we increase the principal, we will not need as big of a move. So if we go with that same exact example, but we take the principal up to 8,000 bucks and we plug in our 150 gain and our max $100 loss and the $100 share price. Okay, now I can afford 80 shares, and now instead of needing a 3% move, I only need a 1.88% move, but my stop loss is also much tighter as well. Instead of a 2% stop, now I'm down to a 1.25% stop. So there's some give and take when you change things. It will make your target closer. It'll also make your stop loss closer. So definitely consult with this spreadsheet when you're looking and you're trying to figure out, okay, what do I need to have happen? Because this is amazing, because I know sometimes you don't know where to put your stop loss. Well, this will tell you exactly where to put your stop loss depending on how much principal you're putting in and depending on how much you're trying to make versus how much you are willing to lose. So the fields that you can change here, you can change the size of the principal how you want. You can change the gain you're going for. You can change the loss you're going for, and you can change the current share price. Do not mess with the ratio. This will tell us our risk to reward ratio. Do not mess with the percentage gain, percentage loss, and do not mess with anything over here, because those are all formulas, and if you mess with those, it'll mess up the spreadsheet. So the numbers you can input: gain, loss, principal, and current share price. So if you are a member and you're looking for these spreadsheets, all you need to do is log into the website like you normally would, go to the video archive, go to the introductions for new members, and you'll see the spreadsheet models for risk management, and in the description you see the 2 links to get each spreadsheet. So the first one, the IAB spreadsheet's right here, so you can just go to it, copy and paste it, it'll show up online, and the risk and reward model spreadsheet is right here. Copy and paste it into your browser and that'll show up. And what's nice about this is you can edit the spreadsheet for yourself directly from these links. So every single member has access to these spreadsheets simply by logging in, going to the video archive, and selecting this video. And if you click this video, it will give you a walkthrough on the instructions on how to use it, just like I did here. So I hope you find these very useful. I encourage you to mess around with them. If you get any questions, email me, Kevin@Watchhimtrade.com. If you're not a member and you want access to these, well, what are you doing? Why aren't you a member? Start a 15-day trial. You'll get access to these spreadsheets. They'll be emailed to you right away. The trial only costs $5. No commitment after that. If you like what you see, it's $99 a month thereafter. So hope you guys find this useful. Leave me a comment if you have any questions.